Param Vijayate Śrī Kṛṣṇa Sankirtanam, total world victory of Hare Krishna.
What did you say in the camera?
Huh? Welcome to the Bhagavad-gītā as it is daily class. My name is Sitapati Das.
And my name is Danna Devi.
And we're back. This is our first class together for I don't know how long, quite some time, eh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, it's Bhagavad-gītā 3:31, chapter 3, Karma Yoga. Traditional name?
Karma Yoga.
Yeah. It's a trick question.
You just said.
I know. Yeah. That's what I said.
3:31.
Oh, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's 3:30.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's go. 3:30.
Let's go where?
back to Godhead.
Yeah.
We just spent the whole day at the farm today getting the power in. So we were like digging, chasing the cows around. They were having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of
And
digging.
then helping with the cables.
Laying out cables, laying out plastic things that say danger cable. Helping to build a little hut over it.
Well, you haven't built it, but
Well, helping to.
Yeah.
I helped put that thing on top.
anyways, it's been a hectic day.
Has it ever?
Beautiful.
And now time for the beautiful song of God, Bhagavad-gītā.
Yay.
Mayi sarvāṇi karmāṇi sannyasyādhyātma-cetasā sannyasyādhyātma-cetasā nirāśīr nirmamo bhūtvā yudhyasva vigata-jvaraḥ. It's a bit of a tongue twister, that one. Yudhyasva vigata-jvara.
Vigata. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, word for word. Mayi
Unto me,
sarvāṇi
all sorts of
karmāṇi
activities,
sannyasya
giving up completely
adhyātma-cetasā
with full knowledge of the self, consciousness,
nirāśīḥ
without desire for profit,
nirmamaḥ
without ownership,
bhūtvā
so being
yudhyasva
fight,
vigata-jvaraḥ.
without being lethargic.
Translation. It's all one big massive thing, but we'll split it in two. You want to do the translation?
Okay?
Go for it.
Or am I playing? My eyes are playing up.
Let me make it
Therefore,
bigger.
O Arjuna. Un poquito grande.
Un poquito más grande.
Mejor. Okay, therefore, Arjuna, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me, with mind intent on me, and without desire for gain, and free from egoism and lethargy, fight.
Purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
Mhm.
This verse clearly indicates, what is this? A form, okay. Clearly indicates the purpose of the Bhagavad-gītā. The Lord instructs that one has to become fully Krishna conscious to discharge duties as if in military discipline.
That's nice.
Such an injunction may make things a little difficult. Nevertheless, duties must be carried out with dependence on Krishna, because that is the constitutional position of the living entity. The living entity cannot be happy independent of the cooperation of the Supreme Lord, because the eternal constitutional position of the living entity is to become subordinate to the desires of the Lord. Arjuna was therefore ordered by Śrī Kṛṣṇa to fight as if the Lord were his military commander. I go to here. One has to sacrifice everything for the goodwill of the Supreme Lord and at the same time discharge prescribed duties without claiming proprietorship. Tag.
Arjuna did not have to consider the order of the Lord. He had only to execute his order. The Supreme Lord is the soul of all souls. Therefore, one who depends solely and wholly on the Supreme Soul without personal considerations, or in other words, one who is fully Krishna conscious is called adhyātma-cetasā.
Adhyātma-cetasā.
Cetasā.
Cetasā.
Nirāśīḥ.
Nirāśīḥ.
Nirāśīḥ. means that one has to act on the order of the master, nor should one ever expect fruitive results. The cashier may count millions of dollars for his employer, but he does not claim a cent for himself. Similarly, one has to realize that nothing in the world belongs to any individual person, but that everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. That is the real purport of mayi, or unto me. And when one acts in such a Krishna consciousness, certainly he does not claim proprietorship over anything. This consciousness is called nirmama, or nothing is mine. And if there is any reluctance to execute such a stern order, which is without consideration of so-called kinsmen and the bodily relationship, that reluctance should be thrown off. In this way, one may become vigata-jvara, or without feverish mentality or lethargy. Everyone, according to his quality and position, has a particular type of work to discharge, and all such duties may be discharged in Krishna consciousness as described above. That will lead one to the path of liberation.
Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Śrī Gurave Namaha. Okay, let's comment on the verse before we look at the changes.
Yep.
Krishna says to Arjuna straight up, therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me, with mind intent on me, and without desire for gain, and free from egoism and lethargy, fight.
Mm-hmm.
Egoism.
There isn't any word that says egoism.
Well, nirmamaḥ, with no sense of proprietorship. I mean, did Srila Prabhupada say egoism? No, Srila Prabhupada says without any proprietorship of result. So, wow. So yeah, it doesn't say egoism in here because, I mean, what is that? Free from proprietorship of results. Nirmamaḥ, so that's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me. So, mayi sarvāṇi karmāṇi, okay, with mind intent on me. Srila Prabhupada said. With full knowledge in Krishna consciousness. Full knowledge in Krishna consciousness. Okay. Sannyasya, giving up completely. Adhyātma-cetasā. Nirāśīḥ, without any motive. Desire, profit. Nirmamaḥ, without any ownership. Bhūtvā, being. Yudhyasva, fight. Vigata-jvara, without being lethargic. Give up this lethargy and fight. So this free from egoism and lethargy. Yeah, see, Srila Prabhupada had written just fight without being lethargic.
It's straight to the point. Why to change anything?
Yeah, I mean, even the changes in the first edition, I'm not a big fan of because it's gone away from the, and I can understand why they were like, you know, we don't like this first edition edit. I don't like the first edition edit either. Let's have a look at the changes, because what did they do in the second edition?
They change it more.
Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me with full knowledge of me, without desires for profit, with no claims to proprietorship. So they swapped out the egoism back to Srila Prabhupada's. That's better. Closer to Prabhupada. He said, without any proprietorship of result. That's interesting. without desires for profit, desire for gain, free from egoism, no claims to proprietorship. But interestingly enough, Srila Prabhupada says no claims to proprietorship of the results. And free from lethargy, fight. Fight! Free from lethargy, fight. It's kind of like, it's a callback to give up this tyaktva tishta parantapa, which means tyaktva, give it up, utishta, and get up. Parantapa, chastise the enemy. So give up this petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of the enemy. That's an earlier. And so again, he's exhorting him in the same way. Just fight without being lethargic. Yeah. So they went a bit closer, but they still didn't nail it. Neither of those is really true to what Srila Prabhupada was saying there. Interesting here in the second edition, it's gone from adhyātma-cetasā to adhyātma-cetasā. Nothing is mine. Nirmama. Okay, so yeah, very small changes in the purport itself. This verse clearly indicates the purpose of the Bhagavad-gītā. Become fully Krishna conscious, discharge duties as if in military discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? Your thoughts?
My thoughts.
Yeah, purport on the purport.
Well, I guess it's quite hard to not be attached to the things you do, the results.
Yeah.
As much as we can try, there's always this desire to be recognized or acknowledged for what we've done. Yeah. If that doesn't happen, then we just go a little bit like a wilted flower, sad or angry. Yeah, so it's hard to get into that platform where you just give, and don't accept anything as a return. Okay. Yeah, but Krishna is saying here, perform your duties without desire for gain. Be free from any results. Is that what I said? Results or
without proprietorship of any results.
Yeah,
that's the nirmama.
Yeah. And lethargy. We can
Vigata-jvara.
Yeah, there's a lot of lethargy these days as well. Yeah. It's like Krishna will do it. It's Krishna willing, There's always Krishna, but they don't put the fight in performing the duties.
A fever. The distress. Aggrievement. Fever. The stress on the earth. A fever. Aggrieved. Prajvara represents the two types of fever, extreme heat and extreme cold. Without any kind of distress. So it's interesting here, it's called lethargy, but it's the only time that it's translated as lethargic. Let's ask my
GPT.
Yeah. Who
Your bestie
has recently turned out to be an intense Sanskrit scholar.
Oh my gosh, suddenly.
Yeah, it's crazy. Look at this. Sanskrit expert available. Look, I asked ChatGPT this. How's your Sanskrit? And then bam, just starts busting a flow in Sanskrit. Okay, so please translate vigata-jvaraḥ. The word vigata-jvaraḥ can be broken down to two components. Vigata, gone, departed, free from jvara, fever or distress. Free from fever or fever from distress. In many scriptural contexts, this term is used metaphorically to describe a person who's free from the fever or distress of material desires and attachments. So it's not so much the lethargy here as like the being free from the fever or distress of the material desires and attachments spoken of here. Nirāśīr, nirmamo. Let's see how ChatGPT will translate this from Sanskrit. Yeah. Straight up from Sanskrit, let's see. From the Bhagavad-gītā 3:30, here's a translation. Yeah, I know. Okay, it's like it's my own. It's a synthesis based on my understanding of the verse. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, so interestingly enough, it's yudhyasva vigata-jvaraḥ means to fight free from the fever of material distress. In the purport, Hare Krishna. Excuse me. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada, he does a shout out just in passing. He says, the cashier may count millions of dollars for his employer, but he does not claim a cent for himself. Now, this may have been one. Oh, no, not again.
What happened?
Okay. This is probably an example that was given by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, because Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj has given the full one. And Srila Prabhupada may have also done it in a talk or something, but I've seen it in a book. But I've seen it in a book of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, because most of his books are talks that have been transcribed. It's like this. A man may work in a bank and he's receiving so much money, but if he takes any of the money for himself, he's a criminal. And that is what it is to be a karmi, that you want to enjoy the fruit. But then because he gets in trouble for doing that, he may then decide to go on strike. Oh, well, I'm not going to handle any money then. But this is also incorrect, because his function is to handle the money, but without any sense of proprietorship, without trying to enjoy it for himself. He must handle it on behalf of his employer. So here, Srila Prabhupada, so that's jnana, is going on strike is jnana. And bhakti means to handle the money on behalf of the employer without attachment or, renunciation of the activity. Like, oh, well, in that case, if I don't get to enjoy the thing, I'm going on strike. That's jnana. So here, Srila Prabhupada gives only the part of that analogy which pertains to bhakti. The cashier may count millions of dollars for his employer, but he does not claim a cent for himself. And so that is the bhakti part of it. The Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev, he gave the full, analogy. The cashier who takes the money and steals it, the karmi. The cashier who, because he gets in trouble for that, then goes, well, in that case, I'm not going to do anything, and goes on strike, the jnani. And then Srila Prabhupada here with the last part, the bhakta. Anything else from the verse, the purport here?
No.
Okay, let's go to Shripad ChatGPT, and let's punch in 3:30 to get the translation. Let's see. Will ChatGPT use the first? See, I've been training him. Utilizing Bhagavad-gītā. Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me with mighty to me without so it's edition 1. The real Modi translation might be Naraira e Arjuna tu kua o mahikatoa kiaho. Meto hinengaro kato kiaho.
Hinengaro, yeah.
Hinengaro?
Yeah. Hinengaro. Hinengaro.
Yep. Hinenagaro.
Hinengaro.
Hinenagaro.
Hinengaro.
Hinenagaro. Hinengaro.
Yeah.
Katua means all. Ki aho means to I.
Ahao.
Aho.
Ahao.
Kaore.
It's like in español. Tienes que, you need to pronounce every vocal.
Aho.
Ahao.
Aho.
Yeah.
Kaore. He hia mo te painga. Kua kore I te ahua.
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 Me
Ahua
te.
means kind of like God, I think. Me te whakake. Whawhai. Following? Okay, let me see what I can read here. I don't know about that. Verb initiator. Tuku o mahi work. All your works. To me. O mahi katoa kia ho. It means, so this tuku must mean like surrendering all your works to me.
Tukua.
Tukua, what did I say?
Tuku.
Tukua.
Tukua.
Me to hinengaro katoa kia ho.
It's no hinengaro. Hinengaro. Entonces no
Hinengaro.
tiene el acento, es hinengaro.
Hinengaro.
Meto hinengaro. Katoa. I ahao.
If it's an energy, it's going to do it, it's different.
Mhm.
It's going to be
Kaore he here. Here, I mean. Desire or wish. Mo te painga. Painga, we've encountered that word before. Gain or benefit. Kua, something to do with the tense or something. Already have, indicating a state or condition.
Okay.
Kore, I te ahua. Ahua? Ego. Okay.
What?
Ahua.
It's ego.
Yeah, so we can do this. Okay, so whakake and whawhai means what? Fight or battle. Okay.
Whawhai. Whawhai.
Backwards. I put it in, and then ChatGPT will translate it back to English. Therefore, Arjuna, dedicate all your actions to me and fix your mind completely on me. Without desire for gain, being impartial to success and failure. Right. That's pretty good, huh?
Mm.
This seems to be inspired by or related to the Bhagavad-gīta's teachings, where Lord Krishna advises Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So these are different sessions, so it doesn't have the same context. It can't. Otherwise, it would know what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could see these closer together, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. I'll ask it. I'm gonna do an experiment with it later, offline, and I'm gonna see if it can present this like like Prabhupada's Purport and things in a line, rather than as bulleted points.
Like the word by word translation.
Yes, I'll do. Hang on. Instead of a bulleted list for word synonyms, please present word for word translations as a semicolon separated list. Okay, let's see this. I understand. Okay. Let's try 3:30 again. Pretty amazing, huh? What this technology just came out of nowhere.
Well, the aliens are running this.
Yeah. Very good. Please use an M dash. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, check it out. It knows to use Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad-gītā. I don't know how it knows, but it's using the first edition. It
You've
does.
been using the first edition, weren't you?
I didn't tell it to use the first edition though.
Maybe you've been using the first edition.
Look at this. Wow.
I scrolled up, you said that's not the right Bhagavad-gītā or something. But then it switched to the second edition, to the first edition. And I was like, fancy.
Look at that. See, it's a similar layout now. This is much easier because now I can just look up and down between the I can look up and down between the two. Incredible, hey? Nirāśīr, therefore, Arjuna. Tukua surrender o mayi katoa ki aho. All your works to me. Tukua surrender all your, okay, mayi katoa ki aho. Ki, to me. To me. So aho, me, it doesn't change between, accusative. Ami, no. Yo. Aho, it means both in Spanish, yo or I, and me, and to me. Ami. In Spanish, those, like in English, you say I, you say me, and you say to me.
Yeah.
In Spanish, you say yo.
Me.
Me.
Yo, me, mío.
No, you say yo, me, a me.
Me.
Yeah.
Me what?
See? Tu me amas.
No.
Naughty.
Naughty, no. Te amo, sí.
Tu me amas. Sí. Sí. Me. Yeah.
Sí, me.
In English, you say you love me. I love you. You love me. So that and that's called a nominative case and accusative case. Nominative means I do something, and then accusative case is someone does something to me, like I'm the object of the rather than the subject, right?
You're my object. Yes, you are.
And then to me, in English, we don't change me. We use the same as the accusative form, but we say to me, and so we say, and in Spanish, you have three forms there. You have yo, te amo, I love you, and then tú me amas, you love me. So there's a nominative and there's an accusative form, like in English, right? But the to me, which would be the dative, I think it's called dative case. In English, it's just to me, but in Spanish, it's a mí. So yo, me, a mí. In English, I, me, to me. And in Te Reo Maori, it's aho, and o aho. O aho, ki aho.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Me means with.
Yeah.
Oh.
Me means with, but aho means
Hinengaro.
me. It also means I. and ki aho is to me. So it's called inflection. So Te Reo Māori has very little inflection.
How about if I said to hinengaro?
Your mind.
No, mine.
Mind
Your mind.
Mente,
Yeah, your
sí.
mind. Wait, well, how do you say is?
is.
It's mine. Bolero. Okay.
I don't think that you say is. There was one thing that was like a sense of being over time. Kua
Amor, vamos.
already. Because previously, in this last word for word list up here, it said kua already or have, indicating a state or condition. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Diving deeper into it. So it's interesting to contemplate it in another language. Let's go back to the Sanskrit. Mayi sarvāṇi karmāṇi sannyasyādhyātma-cetasā nirāśīr nirmamo bhūtvā yudhyasva vigata-jvaraḥ.
Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me, with mind intent on me, okay, and without desire for gain, and free from egoism and lethargy. Fight.
Jai.
I like that order. Fight.
Yeah.
Like.
We'll be back tomorrow with an episode of Vaishnava Voices. We're talking with Jordan Ranson and Dane Scott, two of the filmmakers of River of Freedom, which is being released nationwide beginning of September. 5th, 6th, and 7th are the premieres in Auckland, Christchurch, and Wellington. And then it's going to be shown in, at the moment, 10 cinemas nationwide. We're going to see if we can make it to the Auckland premiere. And we're also going to see if we can get it to be shown in our local cinema nearby. Or also we'll find out if it's going to be shown in the cinema in Whangarei when we're up there, because that would be awesome too. We'll go and see it with the devotees up there. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Param Vijayate Śrī Kṛṣṇa Sankirtanam. Total world victory of Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.